Alright guys, so as you can hear, my air brakes are still airing down. I just got to this stop. This is oh, they haven't dispatched me fully yet. Walmart stop, or store 2239, and I'm going to 38888. Oh, I've been to that one. I know where that one is roughly. So I thought, we haven't done any backup videos or drive-alongs, so I thought I'd throw the GoPro on top of my head, and I thought I would swing this trailer and this dock for you. I don't remember which way this dock is set up, but I guess we'll see here in just a second. Oh, it's right there. Alright, so easiest way to get into this one, just come along this curb, come all the way down here, kind of like in that revisit video that I did. Just kind of dig in through here, and we're going to put the trailer right there. So we're going to take up as much of this room, moving the nose of the trailer as close as we can this way, and then just hard this way. To something about that right there. So you can see the back of the trailer. Actually, I could probably go forward a little bit more, counter steer that way, and then something like that would do just fine. Yeah, whoops, I didn't mean to hit the camera. So we'll just swing this puppy around, something like that right there. You can see I'm just going to slowly start to eke it in. I'm going to take my tandems out towards that yellow line, and then I'll kick my nose in. And we'll start angling it right here. And then come back up underneath it. Now we'll just do a quick pull forward. I could probably have got it without pulling forward, but oh well. And then we'll just let the weight of the trailer roll us back, not in gear. Slow it down a little. And then what you're looking for when you're backing up, you see how that light starts to change right there, and then you'll start to see the light show up on the red padding, and just before you hit, that light will disappear. So if you watch, you should see that. This is in 4K. See, there's the light, it's disappearing, and it is basically almost gone now. You see very little red up on top. I'll let off, and there we go. That easy. So, Poncho Road, I believe that's the next stop. Yes, it is. So, we'll do get route. Take this. Oh, I need to grab my knife. So that's that. I'll probably do a drive along to the next Walmart stop, and then I'll record that back as well. I'm not going to take my phone into Walmart though for the actual drop. Oh, we need to send that in. I'll put that right there. Alright, hey guys, so I just got my departure message done and looked at my phone for a split second, so time to roll on out of here. And we're 5 miles from our next stop, so it's not really all that far. Alright, got the headlights on. Alright. Oh yeah, we definitely cleared that building. Alright, let's put this to night view, so like so. Alright, topic while we drive for about 5 minutes. Let's talk about goals, life goals. You know, in truck driving, or working in general, you should always set some goals. This year, or the beginning of this year, I set some pretty stout goals, I thought. 10 grand, or trying to make on average 10 grand, seemed to be a little bit harder. Well, making 10 grand a month is extremely hard. But what was really awesome was the fact that I did make 10 grand a month a couple of times. And I could actually probably get that to be more routine if I didn't have so many issues with the trucks and some students. So I have some efficiencies I got to work on. The efficiencies I need to work on is, the only thing I could really do is trying to be more efficient with my students. Teaching my students and getting them motivated to do the work. And the motivation is, from the students that are coming from my YouTube channel, it's there. They got it. Most of the problems I had were students from orientation. They were using, like a friend of mine says, curse words. Like, I learned that in school, or my instructor in school said, or anything like that. And I found that when I get somebody from orientation, they haven't been watching YouTube, they haven't done so much research, and they're kind of behind. Where with you guys are not. You guys are already ahead of the game. So for me, it makes my training job easier. Oh, well, we trimmed that tree a little bit. And then the truck. How can I make my truck issues more efficient? Well, even though that we ran into some truck issues in New York, I was a lot more efficient with it. I made the phone calls and I got the ball rolling on getting my truck into a repair shop, because the Swift shop that I went to kind of dropped the ball. So I ended up calling the dealership and working out getting my truck there. Even though I'm a company driver, I made some phone calls, I worked with my dispatchers, and I made things happen. So I was able to move things along quicker. I also called and checked on my truck every day. That way, when there was a problem, I was able to start getting on top of it. Like, my windshield washer fluid container was not going to get replaced, but it was cracked. It was a warranty work thing. Kenworth didn't, or the place I took it to really didn't want to replace it. I don't know why. They kept on forgetting about it, so to speak. They did end up replacing it before I got the truck back. So you know what? That's been fixed. I no longer have to worry about my washer fluid bottle being cracked and only having a little bit less than a gallon worth of fluid in there. So maintaining control over the vehicle, so even when I don't have it, and making sure that the repairs are being done timely, I think really expedited the whole process. And when I needed to try to get a hold of somebody to get something approved, I was able to call my dispatch, and they were able to get onto it a little bit quicker than them trying to wait for somebody somewhere to do something. So between me, my dispatchers here in Texas, and just everybody involved, it really expedited the process. On top of that, the New York account, invited me back over. I was able to grab one of their trucks and run, the entire time. So downtime was actually minimized a lot, and that improved my efficiencies. So as I get better with improving my goals with just Swift, I should be able to hit $9,000, $10,000 a month. Fairly routine. Now, I'm still going to have bad months. I know that and I understand that. But I think next year with just Swift, I should be able to hit 100 plus, easy. This year, I think I'm going to be 80, 85, and that's not bad, y'all. That's not bad. It's definitely short, but that's not bad. My next year goals is to bring in, or try to bring in, right around $16,000 a month. Now, that's adding $6,000 to $7,000-ish a month right now. It's not quite double, but that is a significant amount of money to try to bring in. Can I do it? I think I can. You know, with my business plan that I'm hoping to try to put in place by next year and start working on a lot of that, which I know I have not been talking a whole lot about it. Sorry, y'all, but there's a lot of little details that I've been trying to work out, and not all that I want on YouTube. It's business plans or business plans. So there's some of it you guys are just not going to be able to be a part of. There's a lot of it you guys will be, but I'm working out the nitty gritty stuff. I also got to call the state and verify some information. I also have to research some the financial chapter of Texas law still. I do know a huge section of it, but there's a particular section I need to reference and understand better. So I'm researching that as well. Because I guess I could go and pay for an attorney, and paying for an attorney will give me a quick answer. But sometimes a quick answer is not the best answer. Would it be correct? Would the answer be right? Yes. But sometimes I think when you go down the process of figuring out what the answer is, you could better answer your questions that you may not have right now, but you might have later. So even though I could theoretically hire an attorney and he or she could do it for me, I would rather learn how it works or understand the language first, and still hire the attorney if need be. And that's why I've been pushing things off. Been doing a lot of reading and cross-referencing stuff. So getting past that stage, and then with my tax return, I'm hoping to be able to have a good chunk of change that I can use to invest without bank funding. I'm not using any bank funding at all, period. Except I am going to be buying a car. That will be underneath bank funding, because the money I have in the bank is worth more to me in the bank than paying the car off. And buying a car, it's one of those things, my mama needs it. You know what? So I'm going to get her a car. And having a car wouldn't be too bad. I like vehicles, so I've been kind of having fun. It's not going to be a real expensive one, guys. I have a really expensive car purchase that I will be making later. When later means, I don't know. Because the value of the car, can I afford it on Swift? Yes, but it will set me back on my plans. And then the other thing I'm going to try to do sometime next year is buy property. I might even try to revisit that this year, because owning property has some great tax benefits, and that's what some people don't understand. If you take out a loan on a property, you can write the interest off on your federal taxes. So even if you have a high interest rate, you could offset that with the income you're making, and you're making a long-term investment on that property that you could turn around and sell for a profit, or keep it until the value goes up, use it, develop it. You could put a building on it, which will increase the value, so you could turn around and sell it and buy something else and step up your value, or whatever you want to do. So that's going to be some stuff that I'm going to be getting into a little bit, as I am going to be buying some assets. But for right now, we're going to do a small thing, the car. That will also boost my credit. My credit's not doing bad at all. It's like 640 right now. I had some medical bills hit it, and I'm negotiating with two of the creditors to lower my credit, or lower, not the credit, but the amount I owe on the bills. Because you know what? If they want $10 and I could pay them $5 and they will write it off and take it off my credit, $5 is a whole lot better than $10, don't you think? And I'm cheap. So I'm working with them. I'm trying to, I'm playing hardball, so to speak. I mean, I can pay it right now, make it go away. I don't want to. I'm trying to make it cheaper. Not necessarily quite 50, but you know what? I disagree with some of the ones that are on there. My insurance should have covered it. My insurance didn't cover it because the insurance I had at the time was crappy. Thank you, Obamacare. Anyway, so that's kind of like where that is. So you got to set goals and then figure out what you can do by either optimizing your time. And I'm probably pronouncing that word not the best way, but you need to figure out what you can do with your time to get to your goals, and then what other goals you can use to further possible other ones. Now, like buying the property will give me some tax breaks. Those tax breaks will give me more money at the end of the year, and that will increase my net value. Not just getting more money at the end of the year from my taxes, but also from the property value as well. The same thing with the automotive. You know, if I'm going to go buy property, the higher I can get my credit score, the lower I'll be paying in interest, you know, real estate points and everything else. So is the car a bit of an expense? Yes. Is it cheaper expense than some of the other things I could do? Most definitely. Especially if I buy a new car, which is what I'm going to do, and use the dealership and manufacturer rebates. Come on, man. Use the manufacturer rebates to have a super low interest rate, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So if you go to do a bigger purchase, it should lower. In short, basically, you pay for a car, you're paying a whole lot less for the property, and you get a free car for buying property if you do things smartly. Now, that's a really simplified version. You might not get a free car, just depending on your credit situation and the contracts you sign. But you play one against the other. You look at your financials, you understand basic accounting, and you can make it work in your favor. And I've sat down and I've done the math, and right now I want to try to bring my credit score closer to 7. Buying the car is going to help increase. Removing those medical stuff is going to get me up into the 670, 680, or should. And then with that, that will lower my interest rate on any kind of real estate property to where it will make huge financial sense over the course of 10, 15 years or 20-year you know, mortgage I'll be paying on that. So yeah, a little bit of information there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it on the goals. You know, I didn't want to pick a topic that would be, you know, super in depth. I think there's a lot of information I was able to go over that would be helpful. As you guys see me sit here in traffic and having loads of fun talking to myself. But yeah, so that's some of the things I got planned. Which I think is going to be pretty good. I'm looking, I know somebody's going to ask, what kind of car are you looking at? I'm thinking about a Mazda 6. I know I said Mazda in a different video, but I didn't go into a whole lot of detail. I was looking at a Mazda 6. The Mazda 3 is too small. The little hatchback that they got, it's kind of small for me. So I think the Mazda 6 might be nice. When I go over to the dealership, I'm going to record it. We're going to take a look at several vehicles. That's probably going to be several different videos. I don't even know. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, I think that without watching this video, I think this is going to be a pretty is, you know, I don't like doing a whole lot of heavy editing. I don't know if y'all have noticed that or not. A lot of my stuff is recorded once. I'll cut out some of the areas where I might babble too much. But, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So, our Walmart looks like it's going to be right over here to the left-hand side. And we have an emergency vehicle. So, we're just going to kind of come to a stop. Because I don't know where they're going yet. Alright. I didn't know if maybe they had to go to Wing Street or something, you know. Someone having an ulcer attack. I just didn't want to get in their way. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this Walmart now. This is not too bad of a Walmart to get into. So my student's in the back sleeping, I think. If not, he's just kind of chilling back there. But we had a pretty good dinner, or lunch. We ate like rich people. I bought myself a steak, and he got some ribs. And man, Longhorn Steakhouse, y'all know how to cook a steak. He said the ribs were really good. I've never had the ribs there. Anyone had the ribs there? Let me know what you think of them. But I'm starting to get hungry again, because that was at lunchtime, and it's like dinner time. Or is it breakfast? I don't know anymore. I was actually thinking that black truck was going to pop out on me. Guess not, that's good. Now, when you're backing a truck, your setup is important, but your setup is not everything. Even with a bad setup, you can put a trailer in a dock. You just might have to work a little bit, but it's always about the angles that you're using. I'll explain that when I do the line work video and break my backings, or how the backings work and the way I teach them. I'll break them way down so you guys can understand it. And if one of these kids give me the arm signal to blow my air horn, I will promise you, I will blow that horn like no tomorrow. Y'all should teach your kids what that means. I wish more kids did it. Because I don't care if I'm in a little sleepy neighborhood. Now, I might not, you know, ring it like I would if I was at the beach, but I'm still going to give it toot-toot. That was nice of that Jeep. I thought that Jeep was going to try to crowd me there. Oh, no, not Jeep, Hummer. Oh my God. Somebody's going to get on me for calling that a Jeep. So that's the grocery side. I can see the red lettering. GM is red. GRO is always red. So we're going to go for the center dock there. Yep, there goes another ambulance. So much like the other place, we're just going to come in like so. Do something like this. Now we don't have much room to go out there, so we're just going to do a heavy left side back. So something like this. That wasn't the best back. Oh well. I'll just take it in over on the blind side a little. And then just straight it in. I kind of timed that wrong. that right. Thankfully. So I don't look like a total fool. Just a little. Alrighty. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe. I'm gonna go get this stop done. And I'm gonna try to get back up to Temple before I run out of time, because I'm on Federal still. So, I will chat with y'all later. Have a good one.